Hey there, if you're new to my channel, I am Wendi Blum and I share videos on entrepreneurship, personal growth, and mindset. And I just heard the CEO and founder of Spanx, Sara Blakely, speak at Grant Cardone's 10X Growth Conference. And I wanted to do a recap of her talk. She's someone who I've wanted to actually hear speak over a number of years and never really had a chance, and I just did. So I want to share some of her jewels of insight. But before I do that, I want to give you a little tour of where we are. Okay, check this out. This is it. This is where we are right now in South Beach. How gorgeous is that? But the sun is setting, so I'm going to jump into the recap really quickly right here. Okay, so I'm going to begin by saying she's a phenomenal business person that has grown Spanx to a billion-dollar company and beyond. And her background was she sold fax equipment. A lot of people do know her backstory about cutting out the toes on pantyhose and then creating something, a garment that women can wear under a dress or under a pair of white pants and be flattering because, hey, listen, we're in Florida right now and white pants aren't necessarily very flattering. So, but she actually said the truth of the matter is that she manifested Spanx, that she manifested it.
But the real answer is that I actually manifested this. I completely manifested Spanx. And so I'll give you a little bit of background before it. I was selling fax machines door to door for 7 years. And while I was being kicked out of the buildings over and over again, people would often rip up my business card right in my face and say, "Didn't you see the no soliciting sign?" I had one particular day, 7 years in, that was really bad. And I pulled off the side of the road and I started crying. And I thought, this is not my life. Like, how did this happen? Call the director, I'm in the wrong movie. Call the producer, I gotta rewrite the script.
Her dad, when she was 16 years old, her dad gave her a book from Wendi around unlimited thinking. And between the book and his audio, she listened to them over and over again and really started applying, not just knowing, but applying the idea that you could be, do, or have anything that you want. She shared a story about when she worked for the facsimile company. And by the way, I worked for a facsimile company too, so I can so relate to this. I'm really dating myself there. But when they would go around at the sales meetings and ask everybody what their goals were, most people would say to meet their quota or maybe go over the quota. And she would reply to be the CEO. So she really, really grabbed a hold of that idea that you can dream bigger than your current reality. So that was really powerful. And that all came about from listening to audios by Wendi. That's crazy, right? She said the motto that she lives by, that there's two of them. The first was aim high, to really aim high. Now, we've heard that before, but it sounded different when she shared her story. She shared a story, too, in combination with her second motto, which is try doing new things. Like, do new things, because when you do new things, then you bring more interest and value to other people. So she was in business for a couple years, and against her attorney's advice, she went and signed up for kind of like an apprenticeship kind of program with Richard Branson, where she would travel to a remote location, and her attorneys didn't want her to do it, and she did it anyway. She wanted the new experience, and she did it anyway. And they had to jump off a bridge. They had to jump. They had a bungee cord attached to them, and then they aimed towards this guy who was hanging in on this crane, and then hopefully he could catch you, and if not, you had the bungee cord and you would just drop. And person after person after person, she actually shared this video, fell, like tried to grab the guy. Maybe he could grab, they'd grab his foot, but he couldn't really grab them and hold them so that they wouldn't fall. But when she jumped right into his waist and he was able to hold her. And the difference was that instead of, like, they talked about it, where everybody was looking and everybody was looking towards the guy that they were jumping to, but that she was looking higher. So she was looking at the pulley on the crane. She was looking above the guy. And so she actually made it. So I thought that was really interesting. So those are the two mottos that she lives by. She also talked about the idea around failure. In her household, her dad would ask at the dinner table, what did you fail at today? And he would get really excited if you failed at something, because knowing that when we fail and fail and fail and fail, we learn, and then we can improve, we can get better, and then we can do better, and then we move closer towards our dreams. So that idea around failure, by the way, that idea around failing and failing often and failing forward and picking yourself back up was the common theme that each and every speaker so far has really highlighted. And so that's a takeaway on all the speakers. She also talked about how she came up with the name Spanx, that people like names that have a K in them, and also made up words do really well. That's how she came up with the name that took her a couple years, that everybody's in sales. Everybody's in sales. Whether you're trying to get your kid to make their bed or trying to convince your husband to go to a certain restaurant, that we're all in sales, and to focus on what's in it for the other person and to use humor. To use humor often. Her Instagram channel, which I'm going to link in the description below, on her Instagram, she does a lot of things that are silly and goofy and fun, and that idea around that you don't really care what other people think, and that embarrassment, that it's like a muscle, and that you use it often so you get used to moving past that discomfort. So I absolutely loved her. By the way, I put her on my vision board. I put Sara Blakely in the middle of can you hear the engines? We're in Miami, so you're gonna hear all the noise in the background. But I put Sara Blakely, I'm gonna put a picture of it, like right here. But I put Sara Blakely in the middle of my vision board, like 6 months ago, and I had no idea I was gonna, just by happenstance, get a chance to hear her speak this past week. The sun is setting. It is so remarkable. There's all these beautiful colors out there. So thanks so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe below and share which one of those takeaways was most meaningful to you. You are awesome. Thanks so much for being here.